minutes in support of his motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Here we are once again debating war powers, when the simple fact is we are not engaged in hostilities against Iran. Why are we wasting precious floor time when all the American people really care about today is coronavirus? Today, the WHO declared it a pandemic. That is the biggest threat to our nation today. So why are my colleagues launching more partisan political attacks against this president for taking justified military action to protect Americans against one of the world's most dangerous terrorists? That is why my motion states that Soleimani was a terrorist and that the world is safer without him. Just like the world was safer when President Obama ordered the strike on bin Laden, when Republicans and Democrats came together to praise his decision. President Obama conducted thousands of unauthorized strikes in Libya, unrelated to protecting Americans. And at that time, Leader Pelosi said that she was satisfied he had the authority for those strikes. Soleimani was a mastermind of terror in the Middle East for 2 decades. And that is why President Obama designated him as a terrorist. Soleimani funded, trained, and equipped Iran's terrorist proxies in Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Yemen, and Afghanistan. Madam Speaker, the House is not in order.
The gentleman is correct. The House is not in order. Please take your conversations off the floor. The gentleman may continue.
Soleimani is the one who convinced Russia to fight for Assad. Tens of thousands of innocent people in Syria are dead today, victims of war crimes because of Soleimani. Soleimani played a key role in the crackdown on protesters in Iraq that killed hundreds of Iraqis. And most importantly, Madam Speaker, he has the blood of over 600 American soldiers on his hands. Under Soleimani's command, Iran tried to assassinate the Saudi ambassador to the United States in a Washington, D.C. restaurant less than 4 miles from where we are standing today. The danger he posed to the United States was not just a thing of the past. He was directing a campaign of terror and violence against us in Iraq, which killed 1 American and injured 4 other servicemen. He orchestrated the attack on our embassy in Baghdad. Look at this picture. This was not simply a brush fire, Madam Speaker. They stormed and attacked our embassy under Soleimani's orders. What more evidence do we need than this? And Soleimani was not done after his attack on our embassy. He wasn't on a vacation when he went to meet with his top lieutenants in Damascus, in Lebanon, and Baghdad. Secretary Pompeo testified to our committee that Soleimani was in the region actively plotting to kill Americans. He was going to report back to Tehran, to the Ayatollah, to plan future attacks. And what if our president had done nothing? Nothing. And our embassy was attacked again like in 1979 with diplomats taken hostage. The House is not in order, Madam Speaker.
The gentleman will suspend. The House will be in order. Please take your conversations off the floor. The gentleman may proceed.
What if the president did nothing? What if more United States troops were killed? What then would the other side of the aisle be saying? Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, the enemies of our country are watching this debate right now. And they need to know darn well that if you kill or injure Americans, you will pay the price. Like President Reagan, I am a firm believer in peace through strength. When we show strength like we did with this necessary strike, our enemies back down. So, Madam Speaker, I call upon my colleagues to drop their partisanship and stand as Americans as we did when President Obama struck bin Laden, and to support this simple fact that the world is a better place without Soleimani.
Gentleman's time has expired. Pursuant to the rule, for what purpose does the gentleman from Maryland seek recognition?
I rise in opposition to the motion to recommit.
The gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes.